Hi, my name is Diana Rose, and I am the founder of Her Sustainable Life. After seeing how disengaged my community was because the mainstream lifestyle of sustainability and zero waste didn't resonate with them, a voice for zero waste was created. So I've partnered with the Sanitation Foundation, the official nonprofit of the New York City Department of Sanitation, because their mission is to advance the city's goal to send zero waste to landfills by partnering with local businesses and communities. We've teamed up to inspire people to live more sustainably by highlighting the many ways New Yorkers are fighting waste in their city. But zero waste on this show isn't only about the elimination of garbage. It's about utilizing all of your resources to the fullest capacity, including your energy, your time, your talents, and most importantly, your voice for the betterment of your community.
When I first moved to Laurelton, it was a mostly African American community. And the community is, to me, central. It's close to the airport, it's close to the Long Island Railroad, it's close to major highways. And I just find it is a community that's growing, and we just need to maintain it as far as safety and health. I think one of the biggest obstacles is that there's not access to fresh vegetables. The local stores that you go around, either they don't sell the vegetables, or if they do, they're in such disrepair. You can see that they're not hard, they're soft. There's not a lot of choices for people to make for vegetables. So what they wind up doing is they're going outside the community to other markets to get this produce.
So family, let's talk about this. Let's really put the perspective into view. Look at these pomegranates, right? Mold, old, beyond old. And we're expected to find the nutritional value in this. We're expected to purchase this and feed our families and build healthy and thriving communities. Virtually impossible to do that when the basic tenets of having access to healthy and fresh produce, it's not something we have access to.
The idea that we have to travel outside of our neighborhoods for miles to get quality products, there's no reason for it. And there's a lot of markets in the neighborhood, there's a lot of grocery stores in the neighborhoods, but when you go inside, a lot of it is expired, it's not inviting, it's not enticing, it's not products that we're used to, being of our backgrounds, our descents, and so forth. So just having access to good products at a reasonable price is what we need more so than anything, and it's the biggest obstacle that we need to overcome.
My daughter works for a waste company, a company that does in the waste business. The city here had a program where they would collect the food scraps. I don't believe in waste. Growing up, not having plenty. To come here and see the amount of waste, to me, it irks. So if we can do something about it, that's fine.
Growing up, we were very diligent with recycling. Like my father would always have us tie up the newspapers on a Sunday evening to put them out. Make sure they were tight and broken down so that when, the garbage man came, picked it up and easy to go. So recycling is something that we've done routine in my family.
Because of this small plot of land here, and during in the late spring, early something to do. I grew up in the country, so plant gardening, farming was a part of me. So, and we, small spot of land, take advantage of it. You always have to plant something to watch it grow. I mean, that's it. Diabetes, high blood pressure, and all the other illness that comes from with these processed foods, the chemicals, come on. With all information there is, it's time for us to be wise up and do something about your eating habits.
I would define zero waste as just finding your own way of saving the environment. Not everyone knows how serious zero waste is. And yes, having a salad is great, but teaching people alongside what this really means and how they can play a part. So the education needs to be tied very closely to offering great products.
So in this socially distanced era, we're going to do a little bit of a tour just outside the greenhouse. So this is a 20,000 square foot state-of-the-art hydroponic greenhouse. So what does that all mean? So we're not using any soil in this greenhouse. We're using a form of farming known as hydroponics. And hydroponics literally means water working. So we're dissolving nutrients in the irrigation water, and then that water provides all the nutrition to the crops. And then we capture all that irrigation water for reuse. And it's a very productive way to farm, and it allows us to use space really efficiently. So this greenhouse is about half of an acre, but it can produce the yields equivalent to a 15-acre farm. So half an acre here, 15 acres out in the field. So it's very, very space efficient. So it's just a really cool way to farm, and it's really well suited to urban farming where we don't have a lot of soil or like open space.
When you go to the supermarket, sometimes, the produce isn't fresh, right? It isn't vibrant and healthy, and it does not compel you to say, eat me, right? So I had this gentleman, big guy, he's like, I have not eaten green since I was a kid until we started getting these donations. And he goes, I look forward to seeing you every week. And that is so powerful to me. Not only are we boosting health in our community, but we're also reinvigorating the idea of getting back to the land and really having an appreciation about where our food is coming from. But something as simple as eating greens from a greenhouse that is maybe 10 minutes from your house. That's really just showing people how easy it is to live a sustainable life.
Yeah, no, that's really well said, and I really appreciate it. And we've really enjoyed your partnership. So thank you for your partnership. And we also enjoy the work from the Sanitation Foundation. We've helped support some of their initiatives over the years. And it's just really important that we have a vibrant civil society and people like partnering in different ways together. And our core competency is not, we grow greens really well, but to help get it into communities and make these partnerships, we need partners like you. So thank you for the important work that you do.
Assemblywoman Hyndman, how are you today?
I'm good, Diana. How are you?
I'm well. Thank you so much for being a part of this project towards zero waste. It was an easy decision to have you be a part of it because I know that you are such a lover of community, and I was excited, and I really thank you for being here today. So I just want to get right into why we're here.
One of the things that a lot of homeowners were doing was they had the brown bins.
Yes.
And they were learning how to,
compost.
It's recycling is one thing, but the composting is another.
Yeah.
We have to have urban planning or urban gardening around things like composting and how people can, maybe less lawns and more fruit and vegetable grown, seasonally in your front yard.
Yeah.
I was down in Brighton Beach, and I saw a lot of fruit and vegetable stands. I'm like, why don't we have that here? If the people that live here are not shopping there, those businesses don't succeed.
They don't succeed.
So there's something about this community which we have means. Cars will drive and get it. We won't make the demand that we need it here.
So we are here at the Laurelton Community Fridge, and I'm going to have you do the honors of opening the fridge for us.
Having access and coming here and getting tomatoes, the eggplant or whatever else is in this fridge, I think means a lot to people because it's more expensive than canned, and we know fresh is best, right?
Is best.
And you can always cut it up and put it in the freezer.
Yeah.
And still use it later. Soups, stews, and we know when it comes, and this is another thing that also bothers me. we have a high diabetes rate in Queens.
Yes.
Some things are hereditary. So the work that you do on social media, I think is important for people having healthy choices, and this is a step in that direction.
Absolutely. Tying back into, pre-health conditions, and again, diabetes are one of those pre-health conditions that it was said if you had diabetes, COVID-19 would have affected you much more greater. So it really starts, it's a step, and I'm so excited to where this community fridge is going to grow and evolve. And I'm here for it, and we're here to support every initiative regarding the Laurelton Community Fridge.
Thank you very much.
The first step to creating change is realizing that you are the change agent, that there is something that your voice can lend to make a difference. So one, I'm asking that if you see any food injustice in your communities or in your town, speak about it, do something about it. Whether that's reaching out to your elected officials, sending an email or a message to the store manager, there's something that you can do. The last thing I'm going to ask you to do is share this content. Share with your family, your friends, your neighbors, your networks. Thank you so much for watching A Voice for Zero Waste.